For me, it's an act of survival. I'm one of those who has to write to be able to continue living. Because I started serious writing while I was a physicist and while I was working at CERN as a high-energy particle physicist, working 14, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. I would take a break, an hour, and then start writing. And I wrote all night, the sunrise, would sleep for 2 hours and go back to work. And I continued this for 7 months. Captivity and exile. I find the human being there, actually. This is, I think, is our oldest story and is our unchanging reality. With respect to my personal life story, surely I grew up in a largely oppressive country, politically, gender-wise. But I don't want to narrow all this to just my own psychology or my own background. I think this is in basic terms, is the human story itself. Just maybe my own personal experience makes me more aware of the prisons of life. How do you tell the untellable? Where is the boundary? Where is the limit? How far can you go? Or how far should you go into a torture chamber? And what is the point in doing that? And is it a catharsis? Or is it another imprisonment? Of course, you could never fully tell the story of a victim. Most victims are dead, or the victim inside us is dead. The survivor is talking, sometimes on behalf of the victim. You see the surviving Aslı now. But to make the real victim talk that is the task of literature. And if I was not working as a columnist, probably I wouldn't have been to jail myself. My literary stuff, I don't think any prosecutor ever bothers to read. But it's an essential question we need to answer: why the writer or the artist, who is so much on the margins of the everyday life, everyday society, is still seen as a threat. I put a mirror, and the image they see there is an image they hate. So they reflected on me. I think that hatred. Consistently, for 17 years, I have written on anti-violence. I mean, the story of the victim is there to denounce violence. And I've very many times openly wrote and, in fact, tried to make a theory of that anti-violence. How do you become an anti-violent person in a system that creates violence all the time? I guess the best part was the company of other women and the solidarity. And in prison, I mean, solidarity is not just a nice little concept. It's the everyday reality, and it's an act of survival. So I think I hang on to life, learning from other prisoners and with their help, and always giving me sermons time to time that how important it is for them that I continue on living. And I also owe to them, they said, that I should tell their story. It's a homework they gave me, that you have to tell our reality. And I guess without them I wouldn't be able to survive.